Good morning. Today is Tuesday the 9th of September and it is testing week. Today I'm just on the way to the pool, going to do a CSS swim test. So a CSS test consists of a 400 max effort and 200 meter max effort. So you just swim as fast as possible for that time, or that distance, sorry, and you get the time, and from then you can calculate your critical swim speed, which stands for CSS. Now this is theoretically kind of like your threshold pace. So when you're doing races such as Olympics, all the way up to Ironman distance triathlons, it's a really good indicator for kind of what kind of pace to be training at and what kind of pace to hold on race day. So as we're now starting to incorporate intensity back into our routine, and that is something I'm going to go over in this video. We are obviously doing some baseline testing to get some baseline values really, and see where we're at, and then from there hopefully improve them. But yeah, Tuesday the 9th of September, swim time. Okay, CSS test is done. That was tough, but obviously it's supposed to be. It's the first real time I've really been pushing it in the pool, and like my head's telling me to stop. My arms are falling off my body pretty much, but that feeling when you push through and you know you've done something tough, I've missed that. So really excited to obviously now be adding intensity back. Got to do it gradually, got to do it carefully, not to over stress the body all at once. But yeah, looking forward to it. I'm going to go over the results later on in the video when I go over my entire training split, what things are looking like, why I'm doing certain things as well, later in the video. But for now, it is Tuesday. So like I say, we've done the CSS test. This afternoon, we're going to do an upper body session. This Sunday just gone, I did my run test. I did a half marathon, an actual race. So again, I'll go over the results with my swim CSS results as well later in the video, because on Thursday we have the final test, and that is the FTP test on the bike. This is one that's tough, like them all, but to be honest, this is probably the one I'm fearing the most. So tomorrow is a nice easy day, probably a little spin on the bike just to get the legs accustomed to the bike, as I haven't been on since Thursday, maybe even Tuesday last week, so it'll be over a week since I've been on the bike. So get the legs accustomed to, just get them spinning over again, and then Thursday we go hard. So yeah, scared, excited, gonna be painful, but that's why we do it, and it'll be really, really useful data. So cue Thursday.
Don't you love me like I love you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? 140 watts, heart rate's at 138. It's a bit high. Now up to 180. It's gonna be tough. This is it. I'm done. Oh, hi. I think that was 300, got up to 310 watts, and then halfway through, legs just stopped, literally stopped. Like, I didn't think that happened, but it did. Literally just couldn't push the pedals anymore. So I think about 315, and then we're gonna calculate that. On here it said 235 FTP, but I'll just double check and make sure. Okay, so now that all data has been collected, I'm going to briefly go over these now
and then also just giving an outline of what my typical training looks like on a week-to-week basis now, based on the things I'm wanting to improve the most and planning for the future season ahead. So very briefly, the swim CSS test, like I talked about earlier in the video, I did my 400 meters in 6 minutes and 42 seconds, which gave me an average pace of 141 per 100. The 200 meters I did in 3 minutes and 18 seconds, giving me an average pace of around 1 minute 40 per 100 meters, which meant my CSS pace was 1 minute 42 seconds per 100 meters. So like I talked about earlier in the video, this is my threshold pace. We're going to be doing stuff at CSS, just above it, just below it as well. Just a good baseline metric. I'll talk about in future videos certain workouts I do and so on, but just want to keep it brief here. Now, moving on to the bike, the FTP test. I did a ramp test protocol, which is basically 20 watt increments all the way until you can't pedal no more. Like you saw in the video, my legs just stopped. It was pretty crazy. Haven't really experienced something like that. It obviously gradually increases, but yeah, first time I've done a ramp protocol, but was really good. Takes the pacing out of the other protocols that you can do, such as a 20-minute average. But yeah, my result for that was 310 watts, which when you times that by 0.75, you get 233 watts. So that is my FTP. And like I say, from that, I can work out what's kind of endurance zones, what threshold, what tempo, all the different training zones, VO2 max intervals, etc. So another good baseline metric to get, and obviously, hopefully we improve it. Finally was the previous Sunday, I did a half marathon race, and the time that I did it in was 1 hour, 19 minutes and 57 seconds. This meant my average pace was a 3:47 per kilometer. Now, half marathons are typically ran just a little under threshold. So when I put it into AI, my threshold pace is actually about 3:43 per K. So again, I can use this. This is my threshold pace. This is where I can sustain a pace for about an hour until fatigue gets too much and the pace will then drop off and slow. So yeah, there we go. Those are my baseline values. So CSS is a 142 per 100, FTP 233 watts, and threshold pace 3:43 per K. Now, the overall aim of training is to be more efficient and be able to run, swim, bike quicker. Now, a key determinant of endurance is VO2 max, your fractional utilization at lactate threshold, and also running economy or just exercise economy in general. So at this stage in my training, it is kind of the off season, just starting to get into pre-season. Not many races are about, so now is the big time to build volume. Intensity is still going to get touched, but volume is the key thing. See how much work we can accumulate and set ourselves up later in the season when we do want to add intensity in and make workouts race specific. So because of these aims, this is what my training is looking like. Monday is a complete recovery day. This is something that I've implemented now for a few months, and I think it is a really good thing to have to just prevent burnout, overtraining, and enjoying the sport really. You can easily get into cycles of just train every day, and I think having that one day to kind of reset, recuperate and go again has really been beneficial and allowed me to produce more productive and consistent results. Moving on to Tuesday, this is now a bike workout. At the minute, it's more endurance focused with a little bit of speed work in there, but like I say, really trying to accumulate volume. So the easiest way is spending time on the bike, starting at an hour, trying to push up to probably 2 hours, all kind of aerobic endurance with a little bit of speed and higher power outputs just for neuromuscular activation. And then this is usually followed by a 15 to 20 minute brick run just to get the legs used to running off the bike. In the afternoon is a full body strength session. This is actually one of the key workouts at the minute, as I can devote more time to strength training. So I'm really trying to build strength and muscle mass in the gym whilst I can. So things like squats, Romanian deadlifts, but also for the upper body, bench press, some rows, and a bit of accessory work as well. Wednesday is an easier focused day, starting with a swim. Again, easy, endurance focused. Again, really trying to nail the technique in the swim at the minute. And then also we're going to do a bit of core work in the afternoon. Thursday is then a tougher day, so a bike workout in the morning. At the minute, this is going to start with some sweet spot, then going to progress to tempo, and then we're going to include some threshold as well, but introducing intensity gradually. So yeah, looking from anywhere from an hour to 2 hours for that session. And then in the afternoon, it'll be a run. Again, relatively easy this one because the stress is being prioritized a bit more on the bike. 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Might include some strides, some hill sprints, again, just to get a touch of intensity, but that's really it. Friday is more of an easier day now because we had the hard day yesterday. Starting with a swim. This one, again, more endurance, technique, more emphasis there on the swim. And then in the afternoon, I will have another full body session. This is more hypertrophy focused though. Still some strength there, but a bit higher reps, still 8 to 12. So not crazy amounts, but yeah, get a bit of volume as we can put more work in the gym at the minute. So exercises will be like Bulgarian split squats, hamstring curls, still some incline bench press, some lat pull down work as well for the back, and a bit of arms, because why not? Finally, the weekend now. This is where training volume is much higher. So Saturday being a long ride, starting at 3 hours, trying to get this up to almost 5 hours. And then an afternoon intense swim around the threshold pace, which is obviously what we found out this week. Then Sunday, to finish off the week, will be a longer run, starting at again around 60 minutes, trying to progress this gradually but cautiously because this is where most injuries occur. And then in the evening, an accessory focused lift. So there we go, 3 swims, 3 bikes, 3 runs, and 3 to 4 gym workouts. This is my first season going self-coached in triathlon, that is. I've already learned loads and I'm excited to learn more and fail and improve, because ultimately that's why I do it anyway. I know I didn't go too in depth into the actual sessions, just because of how long this video could be. So if you want to see more detail around what certain sessions look like, how I'm planning to progress them, then let me know. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.